Hello! Today we're going to talk about SDG number 10. So, you may wonder, what's SDG number 10? This SDG was created to reduce inequalities. So, an important event that was one of the reasons for the establishment of the SDG number 10 was occurred in World War II. So, in World War II, a lot of things happened, but if we focus on the SDG number 10, we can talk about the Holocaust. This is a really important event. So, more than 6 million of Jewish people were killed just because they were Jewish, and Germans thought they were the superior race and that the Jewish people were making Germany impure. So, the Jews couldn't attend to school. They didn't have civil service. Even books written by non-German people were burned in bonfires in an effort to cleanse the German culture. So, a Jew and a German couldn't get married. The Jews were sent to a labor camp or to the death camp. In the labor camp, they were starved to death. So, the ones that weren't killed in the labor camps were killed in the death camps. The remainder of people that were in the death camps were killed in gas chambers. The consequences after this was many Jewish survivors were scared to return to their former homes. The hate against the Jews was still present after the liberation in some parts of Europe. We can talk about two projects that were being applied by other countries to reach the SDG number 10. In Rio de Janeiro, there is an app called Jardim Digital. It's an app that connects refugees with jobs open and available to them by fair and honest employer, giving everyone a chance to find a job. In Bangladesh, the SDG Fund is working with poor women. The program is supporting the most vulnerable households to remove poverty. If I could create a project that could be applied in Mexico to achieve this SDG, I could make a campaign to make people conscious about the discrimination that is still present in Mexico, because it's a subject we don't talk about. But also give them something so they can participate in the talk, because if you only start talking, it can become boring to your audience. So make them try to participate, give them prizes if they ask questions or if they answer something. In that way, they could be interested. So, thank you very much.
It's Atsin. Atsin is a new student of Interval High School in United States. He is originally from Nayarit. Atsin was really nervous to enter that school because his English wasn't perfect. The first day he went to school, it was awful. Everyone was just staring at him. Not even one single person came to talk to him. He was sitting alone, eating his lunch, when all of a sudden a group of teenagers started making fun of him, calling him racist names, telling him no one wanted to be his friend because he was indigenous. That day, he came back from school a little disappointed, but he was convinced he was going to make people change his mind about him. The next day, he tried to approach some kids, but they all were so rude to him. He tried again the next day. Same thing happened. The kids were still teasing him about his race. After some weeks, he came home tired, confused, and sad of the discrimination against him. Too scared to tell anyone, he just kept it for himself. Until one day, a boy named Joey started talking to him. The first person being nice to him in that school. They suddenly became friends. Joey defended Atsin from his bully, telling them that how would they feel if they came to Mexico and they were all making fun of them because they didn't know how to speak Spanish perfectly. The bullies reconsider it, start thinking about it, and then they all apologize to Atsin. After they apologized, Atsin was really happy and he forgave them all. Then they all became friends. The only thing they had to do was to think about how the other people will feel, not only about how they will feel.